Turn your monitor down. Turn your monitor down. We are here in the Machine Room podcast, or as we like to call it, the Machine Room. I'm your host, Nostradamus, and along with me is your other host, Hammer of
Yeah.
Venus. I did not have the applause ready. Here we go. Yes.
Here it
Yes.
is.
Applauses all around. Applauses all around. Thank you. Thank you. Stop. All right. Summertime. We're here. We haven't been here in 2 weeks. I apologize. Last week was WrestleMania, and I do my thing. Hammer of Venus, how have you been? What have you been up to?
Just working. How about you?
The same. It's the work life for me.
All we do is work.
All we do is work and play, work and play. Of course, I
Yeah.
do other things outside of work, but you don't want to be caught up in the mundane stuff I do, which is not really mundane. They're very special to me. It is life stuff. Like a trip to
Yeah.
Costco is fucking like tremendous in my
Yeah.
life these days. Um, but I want to mention something like actually I found this out today. Today is 1 month since the Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League has dropped on the internet, and within that 1 month, would you say there's been like the movie's release has changed the future of, say, that area?
I'd say that there's a huge uproar now for DC
Mm-hmm.
movies to come back. Like people are talking about the Ayer cut for the Suicide Squad. People are talking about Ben Affleck being Batman again
Mm-hmm.
and doing his own solo movie. And people
Yup.
are wanting Snyder to continue his story with
Mm-hmm.
the Snyderverse. Um, I mean, everything is going up as far as like views and just people wanting more after getting the Snyder's cut of Justice League.
And there's also been like this praise or appreciation for the movies before,
Yeah.
which I find that freaking hilarious. First of all, let me give a shout out to Spend Dog. Thank you for being here. He is a real one. Hopefully, you become a Machine Room regular.
Yes.
We would love to see you here. And for those listening to us off Spotify, iTunes, or any other location, just remember you're free to join us when we go live. If you want to find out any information about when we go live, follow the Real Machine Room on Twitter or follow me, Nostradamus, Nastradamus, or you can also follow Hammer of Venus, and we will let you know whenever we are dropping. Just in case of any random changes or anything like that, or we're on a hiatus or whatnot, because we have lives, okay?
We do.
Jesus Christ. So going back to the Ayer cut, actually, like for the first time, he's actually shown something, and what he showed
Hmm.
was a still where El Diablo was there, present, a character that before that shot he was actually killed off. So now we know that
And they
there's
imply,
they
like, they
imply that
don't
he's
ever show him, like, getting killed, really. They just kind of imply that he died, but
like he blew up, you know?
yeah.
The guy who's apparently like the god of fire blew up.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
But now we know that there's this alternate thing where he's actually there and actually present and didn't get killed off apparently. So now it makes the like before it was just the fact like, oh, there's more Joker, you know?
Yeah.
Like there was more Joker and it was like, okay, we want this Ayer cut. But now there's like, oh, by the way, El Diablo was in this scene. I was like, oh, okay, so that's totally different. And also talk that, oh, and the Ayer cut there was a mention or a cameo of Steppenwolf. You're like, oh,
That would have made sense.
like what's going on here? And it brings the question like, why did they even freaking tamper with anything?
They want The studio wants their own ideas of what they think the movie should be. Instead of letting the artists create their own ideas, like if you've seen the documentary for the Superman Lives movie,
Oh yeah.
I mean, they just interfere every step of the way, and it made it to where that movie never came out.
Why would that? Do you release the? Okay, let's cut out of the DC one. I'm with D player here. I want to see the Eric Stoltz cut, and it's not the whole movie, but they say they filmed a good chunk of Back to the Future with Eric
Hmm.
Stoltz, and there's only like a few shots shown, nothing really like exactly shown. I want to see what it was like with him. I want to see why they decided not to go with him. I want to see this alternate, like the first vision or take of this movie because I'm curious. It's just
Yeah, me
curiosity.
too.
Yeah, it's just a curiosity. It to show it won't diminish Back to the Future because Back to the Future it's already like legendary. Like that movie is iconic. It's an icon. It's a staple. It's there. It's done. It's like a fixed point in history. Just showing us what some other take is not gonna hurt or diminish the stuff. And I think it all falls down to the guy who technically owns the rights to Back to the Future, because that guy just keeps fucking making money off of that movie.
Yeah.
He's dropping a trilogy like every 5 years. So it's like, all right, I already have my Blu-ray of the trilogy. What else are you including in these new versions? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what else would make me freaking go and buy another copy of it, which pretty much unless the movie is like unless the movie comes with the Eric Stoltz cut. That's it. Just saying.
That
I'm
would
just
make
saying.
me buy it again if it had that.
Right? Like you can't like it can't even be like released on the internet. There's no like copy of it on YouTube or something. They're just really strict on it. You just gotta have that Blu-ray
Yeah.
and watch it and shit.
Like a 4K.
Yeah, 4K. I know there's four. Well, is there 4K now? Something like that. I I need a 4K TV to really experience the 4K though.
82.
Yeah, we need to upgrade 4K TV. Hey, y'all, help us upgrade to a 4K TV. Back to DCEU, the air cut is really picking up. Is going further. I hope it actually gets the same freaking results that we did with the Snyder cut. But also with it is at least last weekend there was this big like Batflick, Ben Affleck
Hmm.
Batman was hard, trending very hard, and it's funny because everything is being revealed about these movies. Like it's as if they're pitching it to us, and we're the studio, the people, the
Yep.
audience. We're the studio going like, oh snap, we want this, make it happen. Like if they and this is a long shot, but they could like be like, "Hey, do you want this movie like created?" They could create a freaking Kickstarter, GoFundMe, and we will happily fucking support. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, well, it doesn't have to. It doesn't even have to be like the entire fund. It could be like 50% of it or some shit, like whatever, to get it shown, to show that we actually. But right now, we're actually saving money by just making it trending, making it known. The Ben Affleck Batman movie, they're pitching it to us saying Deathstroke was a big part of it. How there was
Hmm.
gonna be a death in it, and this and this led to this and whatever. And it's just like how Snyder already told us the whole freaking Justice League trilogy, and even with us knowing it, we still want to see it.
Yeah, I want to see it regardless.
Mm-hmm. Because even with knowing where this Justice League went, watching it was still a freaking experience, and I was still like amazed and shocked with how it was, just for the pure fact probably of how good and better it was than the original, and for the fact that this is what it was supposed to be
Yeah.
compared to the garbage that was given to us. And I'll say garbage, but there was some things I liked about it. But overall, yeah.
I think it's funny that for like Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, and Justice League, people are finally going back and watching these movies and going, "Oh, these were great. Why did we say they were awful?" It's because you
Mm-hmm.
weren't paying attention. You were just wanting to, dick ride people slandering these movies because they weren't Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't the same formula of the Marvel movies. They weren't the same tone, the colors, nothing. They were totally different, and people didn't like that. But now people are watching them again and going, "Oh, these are great," and they
People are
are great.
people are getting it. You know, like they didn't get it before because it was
Yeah,
just a part of the whole picture, and now people are getting it. You know, it was just like it wasn't hard to understand. There's a guy from space who comes down who's like a god among men and who's like everybody's savior, given this Christ image and figure, and yet reversed, he's like he's filled with this like burden, I guess, or whatever, that everybody's looking to him to save them, and yet he feels like he can't
yeah,
save everybody, and then you see him like fail so much that makes him feel like shit the whole time, and then you have him come to trying to find his place within the people, and then in Man of Steel he kills someone, which fucking makes him go like, "This is, I would never do this again." He felt like crap with that and shit. I'm supposed to save everyone, even someone as bad as that. You get to the next movie where you got Batman coming after him because he believes he's a fucking threat to mankind, and Batman's in the darkest of the lowest of the low, and then through Superman he realizes that he's he needs to change his ways and be better, and it's all there, guys. It's not hard to fucking. I'm over here like preaching it, but Rachel knows, and I know, and those of you who actually watched it and saw it and enjoyed it know. And Justice League just brings it all together.
we were also promised a Batman movie with Ben Affleck that people are now getting wind of, and this is after Ben Affleck, quit being Batman. But we got that little taste for more at the end of the Snyder Justice League, and now people want more.
People want that. It's weird because people want that, and people are also hyped about the Matt Reeves one. And then it's
Hmm.
confirmed that the Matt Reeves one falls in Earth 2. So for them saying that, they must want to do the other one then.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we gotta okay, now we have to put this on because they were hinting at this multiverse thing. But I don't know, like my hopes are up because the Snyder cut happened. So my hopes are up
hmm
of an air cut. My hopes are up that Ben Affleck would actually be come back on the studio, be like, hey, make this, but just you do you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because there's something, the thing that excited me even back then was the fact like, oh, Ben Affleck has a script for Batman and he's gonna direct it, he's gonna do it, and that already was exciting because Ben Affleck is 100% guaranteed great at directing and making his own films.
he has. I haven't seen all of them, but like what I have seen, like The Town, is fucking
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
The Town is freaking great. That one that was on Netflix, triple
Oh yeah, I did see that one too. That one's good.
triple threat, was it? Triple shot or triple or triple
Something
H?
triple,
Something.
triple.
It was something triple. That was good too. He knows how to make his movies, and for him
Hmm.
to take on a comic book movie and one that he loves himself, Batman, I'm sure it would have been like fucking fantastic. And by the way, I like Ben Affleck's Daredevil, the director's cut, but that's just me.
I love it too. I liked the original movie, and then when they had a director's cut, I loved it even more. And that was another
Exactly.
movie that people shit on. And now, like, now that the director's cut is more readily available, people are coming out with that too, going, "Oh, that movie was actually really good."
Yeah, that's what I said. Like if you see Coolio, you're watching the
Yes,
right movie.
exactly.
It's all it is. It's the only difference. You see Coolio, you're watching the right movie.
Yep.
It's good shit. It just shows that like director cut and unrated cuts is supposed to be all out there. I'm all for this Ben Affleck thing. I'm hoping everything just keeps going. I'm hoping things are looking bright. It's definitely clear that they see they made a mistake. I hope they see that there's money in it
Yep.
and that the fans want it and that there's a lot of talk for it. And if there's anything, talk is very important, and it's not like negative talk. This is positive talk.
Mhm.
And it's very important and that they should keep going on with that because if they let the momentum die now, they're fucking up. And as you can see, like they just keep talking about it. I'm excited for Suicide Squad. Like
Mhm.
the Suicide Squad. Like this next one, very excited for it.
Yeah, it looks awesome, and they brought back enough people from the first one that it's actually a sequel. It's not like a reboot or anything like that. It is a sequel.
The thing that's gonna be really crazy is that they confirm a lot of people are gonna die. So when you have this cast of so many guys, you can bet a majority of them are all gonna go away.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm gonna call it and say that the polka dot guy.
Oh, he's dead.
But if he becomes one of the ones that don't die, like that's like the biggest twist, like oh they all expect him to die, but he doesn't. It's like John Cena or something. It'll be very very funny, and I'll be like that guy is my dude. And it was
Well,
funny with
James Gunn's directing, and if you've ever seen any of his other movies, he's not afraid to kill people off.
he's not, and he also is very good with not just an ensemble, but he's very good with that like unique ensemble. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy was a unique ensemble of characters, and he made them great. And the connection, the chemistry with all of them is fantastic. From just seeing the trailer to the Suicide Squad, that shit looks great. It's the same feel and the same excitement to see this movie. I know it's gonna be a fun time.
Absolutely.
Plus, Stallone is King Shark. What?
Yeah.
Who saw that coming?
I just hope Killer Croc gets to come back because he was so great.
Right? Let's see. Maybe if there was an air cut, that would have set up something. I mean, he didn't die
Probably.
in the air cut.
No.
No. So who knows? Who knows what could come through there? All we know is that James Gunn is someone that I guess the studio had like a lot of faith in him since he has a
Mhm.
good resume with the both Guardian movies from Marvel and now he's doing DC. And that shows you that there's no freaking like beef between the two. Like people
Yeah.
just love the stuff. Though people feel like when Josh Whedon, who did the Avenger movies, when he came over to DC, people started to think that maybe he was like sabotaging it. You know?
That's what it looks like, and it honestly it reminded me a lot of Sam Raimi doing Spider-Man 3. I think he had his own ideas, and then the studio wanted him to do certain things, and out of protest, he just ruined the movie on purpose.
Possibly, yeah. Though if that's the case for Josh Whedon, then well, yeah, I guess it falls the same. But they there's people speaking out about him, like saying how
Mhm.
he treated uh what is it, Ray Fisher, the one who played Cyborg,
Yeah.
how how he treated him badly, made his character crap. He made those characters look like crap. And then Gal Gadot spoke out about how he threatened her while filming, just saying he would make her look like bad and make her even say worse things and just to say whatever's on the script.
Yeah.
And that's just like kind of hurts because I grew up on Josh Whedon, Buffy, Angel, Firefly. These were like my favorite shows growing up. I love Angel to death, and he did the Avengers 1 and 2, so I had all this great praise for Homeboy. I don't want to hear like he's actually a dick.
Yeah, I think that's the popular consensus is that he's an asshole.
That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. Like I remember I was so hyped because I was like, damn, Zack Snyder's out of it, but yo, man, they brought Josh Whedon in, so he knows how to do this kind of stuff. He'll do it well. So my hype level was to the roof. But tell me why it kind of like was questioned the moment the movie started, and it was freaking
The lip.
CGI'd mustache,
Oh
freaking.
my god. I don't know why they didn't get like deep fake or something to do the face because it's unwatchable with that face like that.
It is. It is. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. And it was funny because watching the movie, you see those scenes where it's like, wait, that's his real face. Okay, that's his real face. Okay, that's not his real face. Okay, that's his real face. Okay, that's not his real
Yeah,
face. What's going on here?
it's so bad. Like you can always tell when it's the CGI face because it doesn't look anything like him.
Nothing. I'm so glad to come back and they do fucking justice for that. And I'm just excited. Like we're talking about, the momentum seems to be going strong and things are going good here. And finally, we got like two camp. Well, one camp is already like doing its thing, which is Marvel, and they dropping these TV shows. WandaVision was fucking fantastic. Those weekly, it was fun to try to guess what was going on
Hmm.
and how it all turned out. The Falcon and Winter Soldier is really really good right now. It's kind of on the same level as like uh the Captain America Winter Soldier kind of thing, and it's social commentary of America and blah blah and all that stuff, and the action is really good. That which actually ends this week on Friday. It was only 6 episode run. Uh and then the next Loki thing, and we got Black Widow. That I'm really excited for Black Widow.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I wanna this movie. I wanna see. I'm gonna do it at home but I really would like to do it in theaters, but the options at home, I'm still gonna do it at home. One thing that's we have no option for is like the Fast and the Furious movie. That's gonna be one of those like only in theaters kind of shit, and that's mostly Universal being like, no, fuck you, we're gonna try to make money
Yeah.
how it's supposed to be and whatnot. I understand, you don't want but I did hear that they're coming to this kind of agreement, or most studios are, where the movie will come out, it'll have its run first, and then it'll be available at home theater. You know,
Okay.
like the movie that just came out, Nobody, with Better Call Saul,
Yeah.
Homeboy. I really want to see that,
82.
and
That looks so good.
right, and I thought it was gonna drop in theaters and on demand, but no, it had a theater run
Yeah.
for couple weeks. Now it's on demand. Starting like last Friday, it's on. I could like rent it for home and
Hmm.
watch it at home. But it had a run maybe for 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, maybe a month. I think maybe 3 to 4 weeks. It had a run before it was even like available for home.
Hmm.
So I think some movies are gonna go that direction, which is not bad. If you want to be like one of the first ones, go to the theaters and see it, and before it gets fucking spoiled, or you could just wait until it drops at home and watch it at home. But either way, they can make a money because renting at home is still like the price of a movie ticket. Well, for two, like a movie ticket for two.
20 bucks to rent a movie? I don't think so.
Right. That's the thing too. So that all depends on how much you want to support. That's how I see it.
I'll wait. I'll wait till the rent price is like $5.
It all depends on how much you want to support, and I get it. Like I'm gonna support the Black Widow movie because it should be like that movie should have a run,
Yeah.
but we'll see. and I haven't been to the theaters since Sonic, and I'm actually set to go on the 30th of this month to see the 10th anniversary of Scott Pilgrim. So when I go see that, that's gonna be my intro back into that world, and I'll
Yeah,
see how I'll see how that goes. Which so far, like I think we spoke about this last time, it's great that the seats next to you are gonna be like empty. They have to be by law.
for social distancing, yeah,
Yes.
that's
So
the shit.
I know. You know what? Low key, I was looking at. You ever seen like fucking rich people and they have that one room and it's just their theater room,
Yes,
and they have those fucking great theater chairs, and it's like two or three rows of them or whatever, and it's all like, man, I was actually looking at, oh shit, these chairs, and just like, I guess window shopping but from the internet, so screen
right.
shopping, and I was like, oh man, if only had a room and put like fucking this set of three chairs here and then that one right there and blah blah blah. And it's just, and then I saw like, I was watching videos, and there was one video of like, this house in Jersey is worth this much money, but something special in the basement. It's a home movie theater. He didn't sound like that. And and then this guy, just the guy who owns the home, which of course has a European accent or something like that, he just giving you a whole tour, and you're like, man, that's fucking fantastic. He literally has like a fucking beautiful little entrance to it, a marquee with lights and like a
Oh
bell.
damn.
Yeah, like, and then the ticket counter with the little
Hmm.
fucking like bellboy or usher, whatever, mannequin or something life size and shit, just there chilling. And you go through a door and it's a lounge with a fucking bar concession stand area, and then you go through another room and it's the fucking theater. It was just intense. The thing that didn't get me was he was like, and behind this wall right here, do you see these all these freaking things, and it's all this like computer shit, whatever. And he's like, yes, and then these are all connected to all these movies, and they show like this hallway of all his movies and shit that he has there, all the DVDs and Blu-rays. Like, you just pick whatever and put it on there. And I'm thinking, there's like streaming services, right?
Yeah,
Like, why are those all connected to there, dog? Just make them digital and bam, you're good.
like our movie collection.
Yes, so good. Like, said I would never like. I remember saying that shit like, digital movies. What? What's the point of that? What's the point? I like the physical copy and blah blah. But then that was also a time, was like, hey, buy these movies on your system. I was like, what? So I buy these movies on my PS3? They're just gonna stay on my PS3? Whatever. No. Now look at me, son of a bitch.
Dripping in movies.
Every week is so many sales, and I'm like, woo, let me get this. Woo, let me get that. Woo, let me get this.
During the holidays is the worst because everything is like $5. And you're
That's
just
when it
like, oh shit, I gotta buy every fucking movie ever made.
that's when it started for me. That's why it was so bad.
Like the Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving is when it starts,
Ooh,
and it
shit.
doesn't start until New stop. It doesn't stop until New Year's.
I don't I don't think I started around. I think I started in the holidays for sure, but I don't know if it was
Mhm.
around Black Friday. It felt like Black Friday because it was just fucking glorious. But now I'm afraid of Black Friday. I'm afraid of Black Friday this year because I might just go ham off of just digital movies.
You should.
Period. It's freaking crazy and intense. And I don't know why, cuz some of these movies are just available every in other places,
Yeah,
But just, I don't know, it's like the thought of like they're all just under one library just seems good. And also
yeah,
that that they'll always be there no matter if they take them out of anywhere else. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. It's not like Netflix where they have your favorite movie on there and then a week later it's gone and they'll never bring it back. It's like
Yeah.
with our own thing, it's like it's always there.
I wish I wait. Look, when they put the whole library of fucking like Saban Entertainment shit from all the Power Rangers, Beetleborgs,
Hmm.
VR Troopers, and all that shit, it was there for years and years and years and years. I thought it would never be taken out.
Yeah, exactly.
And now, like the whole middle part of the Power Ranger library and the rest of the other side shows are just all removed. They just kept Mighty Morphin and the last three fucking series. If I had known that, I would have invested on getting like at least all the DVDs or something. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Now they're nowhere. They're nowhere. Not even in the digital kind of service can I get these fucking things. And if I do, can you imagine that? That's like
Oh, Jesus.
20 plus years of fucking material that I have to like try to get my hands on.
No, it's too hard.
Yeah. You see, like the Spend Dog here said he was brokenhearted when that shit happened. It was
Hmm.
crazy. And it's funny because I guess I felt the way like people felt when the Netflix took out like The Office and they had to go somewhere else. But at least it went somewhere else and they had to go. I don't got nowhere to go for these. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nowhere. Sure, I could watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers like crazy, but that's not the point. The point is that there's all this other stuff. Did I watch it all the time? No, but you know what was great? If I ever wanted to,
exactly. They took the choice away.
yeah, bastards, don't you got money to have more servers and fucking keep my damn library there?
They're so quick to get rid of stuff on Netflix and Hulu and places like that. But then, like, they force the shows that they make down your throat. I'm like, that's great, but I don't want to watch it. I want to watch other stuff that you keep getting rid of.
They are every streaming app is having their own kind of content, which is freaking great and fantastic. But it's crazy how we evolved, right? Because remember when it first started, it
Mhm.
was just like, hey, here's these movies, and you're like, oh look, there's this classic movies here,
Like
and
4 movies.
yeah, the classic shows and whatnot. I remember my friend when he first got Netflix, and I was like, yeah, I love it. It's great. There's this movie. It's like, oh, I haven't seen this in a long time. I watch it, and then he was all like, ah, they're all old. I don't care. There's nothing new. I'm like, damn, man. I kind of got hurt, like for a cinephile like me, it's kind of hurtful. It's like, man, these are
Yeah,
movies. Like you're hurting my religion. Like this is my shit. Like don't tell me like you don't see fucking Blade on there or and you don't want to watch it again. You're just saying like, oh, I already seen that. I don't give a shit. Like I don't understand that kind of shit. Like, I understand because there's some movies that it's like, oh, I've seen that. I don't have to see it again. But there's movies, real movies. The ones that really hit you that you're like, I need to see that again. And then
yeah,
you always have that little hint like you think about it, it's like, man, I should watch that again. And I've been like that like so much lately where I just wanted to sit down and just watch movies like crazy. That's pretty much how I feel recently. Like I just want to chill. Like after a hard day of work, come home and either play some games and watch a movie. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Just relax.
But it's hard when they have something that you've been looking forward to watching and they take it away.
Not anymore because we're focusing on digitals. Library is getting grand.
It's
Library is
getting
getting grand. It's
it's
getting good.
insane. Every time I go look in there, there's more stuff.
Yeah, I go a little ham. My bad. Cause
I added stuff too.
I have all these choices. Like I go on Voodoo, bam, Voodoo Library. I go on Movies Anywhere, bam, there's that. And then they get led to everything. And then I found some other site where they sell movies cheap too. And you buy that and you get the code and you put it into wherever the hell you bought it that they say the
Oh
code's for.
wow.
Yeah,
Hmm.
usually I get whatever's for Voodoo or MA Voodoo, which is Movies Anywhere and Voodoo.
Yeah.
So it's all that. It's just bad. And then I just found, and this is not digital, but I could make them digital. Then I just found that there's a subscription service, right? That send you a box of movies monthly.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and you could pick it either DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks. The pricing depends on the shit and how much. You can
Hmm.
even pick the genre you want, so just action, just horror, action and horror, comedy. animated, and tell me why I'm tempted to at least do a month. You know,
Yeah.
I'm tempted to just have a box sent to me, open it up, and see what kind of movies I got. If some I already have, then hey, I could give it to someone, or I could fucking like sell it. Who cares?
Yeah.
But it is interesting. I remember monthly subscription. I used to do like Loot Crate. They were fun. They were fun. It was like
Yeah.
Christmas every month. Now there's a monthly subscription for everything, even games.
Yeah, there is.
I've seen one where it's like retro games. Like you could pick what kind of systems.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you could go like you could get like NES, Super NES, Saturn, Sega, the 360. It goes all the way up to I think Xbox One and PS4, or
Uh-huh.
at least 360 and PS3. I think Xbox One and PS4, and it's like even that I'm tempted, but shit costs money. What up, Dro? Just playing Dro's in the building. How you doing? Welcome to this. If you machine room heads, that's what we call them, right?
Machine heads.
Machine heads in the room have been listening to us for a long, long period of time, then you know that uh, Dro is a regular here, and he always has something to say. But we hope that you listening is a regular, and you watching as well right now. Me, my little beady eyes, her little beady eyes, your little beady eyes watching us. I hope you're a regular as well, because we have fun having you here. And in the background, Rachel's dog. Hope you're listening in as well, and a regular all the time.
He's
You could.
going ham on a bone right now.
All right. I'm picturing like a cartoonish kind of dog going ham on a thing, you
It's
know?
this little tiny chihuahua and this huge femur bone. It's really funny.
Your chihuahuas are just like feisty as hell.
They're
Just
crazy.
like, is it a like, are they compensating for their size or something?
I guess he's just fucking crazy.
For being so freaking mean and shit.
I've seen him chase down a truck before. He's not afraid to shit.
What do you think was in the mindset of going after that truck?
Yeah, what was he gonna do if he caught it? Like,
Exactly. Did the Chihuahua have the mask, Like little Milo when he had the mask and shit?
you should.
Dro said he's been good. Got my first vaccine and it made me energetic for the first 3 hours and tired as fuck ever since. Yo, yeah, that reminds me, I actually got my first shot as well.
Oh, good job.
Last Sunday I got my first shot. Pfizer shot. Wrong arm. It's this arm right here. Um, yeah, yeah, I got that. It was fast and quick. I actually beat it before there was a line. So that was good. Like right after I was in there, the line started forming, I guess. Yes, fast. I didn't get any. I did. Well, I don't know if it made me weak because I feel weak all the time. Just tired, man. I'm tired. Always tired. Fucking work and shit. Um, on my days off, I'm mostly like, all right, let's do this, let's do that. And as you know, me and Rosie are just like taking like cat naps during out.
Sleeping.
I know, man. It just feels so good to just knock out sometimes. We're
That's what I
old.
did earlier. I
We're
was
old.
watching not Hell's Kitchen. I was watching Bar Rescue and just curled the fuck up,
Just knocked out to that soothing background noise.
screaming,
Of
just screaming.
oh, Dro said he got Moderna and it made him gassy and crave meat. I mean, that's me
Wow.
every day,
I always crave meat.
and I'm always gassy.
Yes, always gassy.
Jesus, sometimes I think my farts just power my movement. D player say Pfizer is good and Johnson is fucking up, which is actually one of my freaking notes here about how Johnson has trouble. Apparently, they're giving people blood clot, but it's like a like it's like 6 people out of everybody that got the shot, but it's making them kind of like stop giving it out or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was always kind of iffy about a Johnson and I don't know if that's because it's just a big corporation.
yeah.
My job was giving away. or the airport was giving it away. I mean, people at the airport were able to get it for free, and it was the Johnson and Johnson, and it was one shot. And I thought it was like, oh, cool, one shot, get it done, get her done. But it always brought the question: it's like, okay, but it's one shot, so why is that one shot when these other ones are a two shot process? You know, I just I had that question, like, what makes them better? And if they're one shot and they found the formula, then why didn't these people have a one shot formula as well?
Yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah, so I was always iffy about it. That's why I like whatever. Um, I have to give a lot of freaking credit for me getting my first shot to Rocio because she like actually pushed me to it. Like she got her first shot and then she was like, "I got you an appointment." I was like, "Oh shit, okay, well, I guess I go." And sometimes you need some that you need that push or whatever. So
Yeah,
thank you very much for getting my back. My second shot is on the second, and then I would be fully vaccinated. She would be first, and then me, and hopefully we'll get to travel. But is it messed up that I'm kind of worried about going out? You know, let
why
me
would
let
you
me.
worry if you're getting vaccinated?
It's not even the vaccinating part. I'm worried about going other places because I'm worried about other places.
In what way?
And like, what if we encounter assholes? What if we encounter somebody, people who are like extreme, or hate, racism, or some shit like that?
You should
Uh,
never be afraid of that.
I
You should
shouldn't.
be able to go wherever you want to go.
And I want to, and we will, but it still gives me that worry. Yeah, like what? Just earlier I heard that in Kenosha, Wisconsin, there was a shooting at a bar. 3 people dead, some injured, and I'm like, shit, man, that's like right up north, and we take trips to Wisconsin sometimes.
Yeah,
I don't know, you're right. You can't live in fear. You just gotta go out there and do whatever. I mean, I grew up in the hood. There was always shooting and shit like that. It's Chicago. People getting shot all the time.
yeah,
Um, that's fucked up. It's like, people getting shot all the time. I mean, right now there's people protesting because of the Adam Toledo kid in Little Village, which is a predominantly Mexican neighborhood. Like I live in Hobo Park, and that's predominantly Puerto Rican, though it's gentrified like it's crazy now. So we're not so predominantly, but it's still Puerto Rican. Well,
yeah,
Little Village is like the Mexicans are holding it down over there. They're not trying to let motherfuckers gentrify them. But yeah, this kid got shot when a cop told him to put his hands up, and he put his hands up and turned around, and then got shot immediately. At
that's
first,
bullshit.
yeah, at first when I saw the body cam, I was like, well, that's messed up. He shouldn't have blah blah blah. But then discussing it with someone else and getting more research and whatnot and stuff like that. This happened like in 2 a.m. The fuck was this 13-year-old doing outside at 2 a.m.? You know? Two, the cop was chasing him because him and an older man, he was 13, the older man that was with the 13-year-old was 21, and they were shooting at cars. So
Like
there
with
was,
guns?
yeah, with a gun.
Like like real guns?
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, when the officer told him to put his hands up, the kid already had the gun and dropped the gun and then put his hands up. So the gun was found next to him. The cop though, after he did that, you could tell that he felt like shit. He was doing his best to try to revive the kid. He called medical like quick, and then I skimmed through it and I went to the end. Like there's a point when the cop is just looking out into the distance, like everything is happening behind him, and he's just looking out to the distance, and he's just there. He didn't say anything. He's just looking out to the distance. There's nothing out there. He's just looking out into the distance, and then he's on the ground, and he's like on the ground with like, like sitting down, leg, knees up, and then has his arm over his knees, like fuck, you know.
Yeah.
Like you could tell he like this is hitting him, and he's like fuck, man, I don't fuck, that shouldn't have happened, and he's regretting it and blah blah blah. I also got other information about how the kid wasn't home a lot. Like he was like he would be away from home for like 2 days, and then they you're not away from home for 2 days, and the parents don't really do much, right?
Yeah.
They brought him back, and he's like, all right, we're back or whatever, and then he goes away. He like runs away again. He escapes again and shit, and it's gone for days. So clearly, the parents are kind of at fault here for letting the kid just be out there like that, hanging with this older man and blah blah. So overall, the shit shouldn't have happened. Should have been avoided. He shouldn't have been out there messing with whoever the hell this guy was. Who's literally like a bad influence. And that situation brought this cop into an intense situation that he shouldn't have shot him the moment he turned around.
No, he
Everything
shouldn't
is
have. That's the
he
bottom
shouldn't have.
line. That's
Yeah.
people want to not focus on the main thing. The main thing is he shouldn't have been shot. You put the gun down.
You see it happen fast, like I don't know, it's all intense. Why can't we get them? And wasn't this like a thing like decades ago where they had this non-lethal ways,
Yeah,
right? Didn't
there's
they
like
have like
clippers and
non-lethal guns
fucking
and shit?
mace and pepper spray and like when did they just start fucking pulling their gun like on traffic stops and shit?
Oh, the one that's really fucked up is the I mistook the gun for a taser.
Yeah, that's the most bullshit fucking thing ever.
Yeah,
You know the difference. You can feel the weight.
yeah. What Dro said, as long as you still practice social distancing and willing to throw a punch, you're good. I need to have that reach, at least 6 feet reach when I go out
Yep.
places and get those people. But yeah, going back, I mean, it's been crazy. Like right here in my area, they had a big freaking protest for the Adam Toledo kid and shit like that, and it's really fucked up. But it's messed up what happened. I'm sure the guy regrets it. The situation should have been avoided 100% though, and in the end, man, we got to be there for people. And this kid should have had a chance because even if he's doing stupid shit now, later in the future, he could have turned around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
you never
that's the
know.
whole thing.
Maybe he could
Yeah,
have saw the error of his ways and became some awesome lawyer, doctor, or something. We never
some shit.
know. He'll
Been
never
in
get the chance now.
been in politics, or maybe he would have been worse. And if he was worse, then when he's older and he really want to go down guns blazing, then that's when his fucking fate catches him. But the point is
Yeah.
that we gotta, it's a fucked up situation. It should have been avoided, and if anything, it should have shot him somewhere else, like the arm, the leg, or something, the chest.
They don't teach him that anymore. They teach him for aim for center mass, and that's a kill shot.
We should blame the parents, even the parents of the cops. We should blame all the parents. All
Yeah.
the parents are everybody who do bad decision. Blame the parents. Don't have kids. I just found out my niece is pregnant. I didn't even
How
know.
how old is she?
Oh, she's like in her 20s.
Oh, okay.
She's somewhere in her 20s. But still, I don't know. Like, well, granted, I don't really keep in touch with her that much at all. But still, like, I didn't know. So it's a big shock. And I'm trying to see, like, is the guy there, I don't want it to be one of those, like, have to end up being single mom and whatnot. But you know what? It's not my life. It's their life. It is what it is.
D Player One says, I grew up in the hood and my mom beat my brother's ass when he came at midnight. That's what's
Yeah.
supposed to happen. If you ever snuck out as a kid and got home and your mom's sitting there smoking cigarettes waiting for your ass, you're about to get your ass beat. And you
Yeah.
deserve it.
I had too much damn respect for my parents, especially my father. He he just gained and earned it and stuff like that. And it wasn't even like a I'm scared kind of respect. It was just respect. Like he talked
Yeah.
to me like a grown up or a normal person. He treated me with respect and he loved me and cared for me. And he was a social worker, so he knew how to talk to people. And he had his wild days. So by the time like I was born and raised up, he like turned around and everything was good. So I had like a great freaking father compared to like, well, no, not bullshit. Not compared to. my other siblings because he was still a great father, even when
Mm-hmm.
he was doing like he was on the street doing drugs and stuff like that. He was still a great father. He was always there, always for them and whatnot. I was just the one that got to have like the college graduate and the social worker and like stay at home dad kind of
Mm-hmm.
father. Um so yeah, it was just respect and stuff like that. I never was like the type who got beaten or anything like that. Like it was a respect, and I always think about that. Like what makes people decide to go out there and hang with the wrong crowd and stuff like that. Because I was just growing up like, why would I want to do that? Like no, that's bad. That's
Yeah.
stupid. I don't want to hang with the wrong crowd. Sure, we'll listen to like rap music or watch Scarface and movies like that and be like, damn, that's gangster as hell. But that doesn't mean I want to go out there and be like a fucking Colombian drug lord.
Yeah, exactly.
it's, it's not something I would like glorify like that. It's just I know I had logic, I guess, and I don't know what get these people to think otherwise and think that that is the route to go. I knew someone when I was a kid. My first girlfriend as a kid had a little brother, so he was really smaller than me. And as I grew up, I've seen him, and he grew up and whatnot. But I also seen him hanging with the wrong crowd, dressing the wrong way, acting all hood and shit like that. And then one day, bam, he gets shot and killed by where I used to live.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I go to the funeral because they were like family, and I'm seeing my first girlfriend there and crying, the mother and shit. They're all happy to see everybody, the cousins and whatnot. And it was just sad because it was like, man, this kid who was like so innocent and pure when I was a little kid, and then he grew up to be like that, and then because in the gang life and got shot by another rival gang or whatever the shit, it's just fucked up. I don't see
Mm-hmm.
how it could have led that direction, but that family has that history of so many people there do go into that direction. I don't know, man. I don't get it. Like, why would you even let them go that direction?
Well, if you look at D Player One, he says, brother used to get his ass beat. He says, now my brother's a good member of society. We need more ass whooping in this generation. We do. We have a bunch of spoiled ass kids that they need their ass whooped. Maybe not even that. They just need proper discipline where they can learn from their mistakes and become better people. We all may have went or astray at some point in our childhood, but we all have that person or persons that straightened us out and did it one way or another that made us become, good people.
I have to say that I have to put a lot of like thanks to the crowd I had around me too, like the friends and whatnot. And it was weird because even people I knew that went into that kind of lifestyle or joined the gang or whatever still were super nicest people to me. You
Yeah.
know, they still were they still treated me well. They still cared for me. They still watched over me. It was just weird because it was like the nicest fucking people, and I was like, why would you go right there and shit like that? But for
Hmm.
me, they will make sure I wouldn't even go there too. It's weird, isn't it? It's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's also weird, like in that sense of why would someone who grew up in the hood decide the hood life? What would make someone decide to go in a shooting spree?
Just a bad upbringing, watching the wrong things, idolizing the wrong things and the wrong people, not having hope for themselves, I guess. Because if you have hope in yourself and if you have your own dreams and admirations, you'll do whatever to make that happen. Like for me, it was always music.
Yeah.
I always wanted to play music, and I was going to go. I had originally wanted to move to Seattle and do music, but then later I changed it to Los Angeles. But I
Damn.
did it. I went out there and I did it and I tried it and I saw it wasn't for me, and I've gone on to other things, but I wasn't going to let anybody or anything get in the way either.
You could have had a grunge band though. You
That's
went to
true.
Seattle. You could have had a grunge band. Flannel
More
all
flannel
day.
shirts. Yes. All the
All
flannel.
all day. That would have been your first track too. Flannel
Ripped
all day.
jeans.
Yes.
Combat boots.
Exactly. It would have been dope. Alternate universe. You're a fucking grunge band,
Yes.
and you're still going strong. You're the only one keeping grunge alive.
And none of us died from heroin hangovers
None.
or overdoses.
None. None. It was funny. It was messed up today. I got a fucked up sense of humor. Um, we were talking about concert tickets, and one of my favorite bands right now is AJR, so they're gonna have a tour next year, and LP was like, "You better get the tickets before hope that no one like off themselves because I got a ticket for Linkin Park,
Oh shit.
and that was the year that Chester, soon enough like committed suicide, so I never got to see Linkin Park, and I was like, "Fuck, man, that sucks." And then making a joke there, it's like, "Yeah, it's messed up, man. It's messed up fucking joke." But like at least he could have done it like afterwards, or at least on the stage right there, fucking gone out. And then it was like Kirk Cobain jokes. I don't even want to get into it because I'll get canceled. But it was funny to me at that time. I just it's just fucking fucked up.
Who's gonna cancel you, me?
I was like, Kurt Cobain should have went out like a G. Like he should have sang his song like "Come as You Are," and then that's when he would have done it right there, like on MTV Unplugged or some shit like that. But then
Yeah.
like confess, like he was confessing shit like Courtney Love is a bitch. And I don't wanna be, and then keep going. Then, and they're like,
There you go.
"Oh shit!"
And the
Nah, he
dogs are going crazy.
and he did, cause the dogs want to cancel me. Look, it was funny at the time when I did it in private and
Yeah,
shit like that. I just brought it all
they're all
out to the
mad
open.
now.
Yeah, I'm going to hell. Ah, shit. It's too soon? Is it too soon? My Dro said my brother wanted to see System of a Down and a ton of other bands last year for 21st birthday.
Yeah, it
Gee,
didn't happen.
nothing happened.
I'm mad
Now
because I was supposed to see Rammstein in a stadium and I didn't get to do it.
we all got held back on cons, held back on concerts, held back on everything, man.
I was also supposed to see Frontline Assembly, KMFDM, and Ministry in one show, and nope,
Nothing.
fucking canceled.
But they're planning for next year. At least that's what I see. There's a lot of concerts planning for next year
Yeah,
and shit.
there's a lot of concerts for next year.
And you're like, all right, we're gonna do it. I'm like, all right, let's see. That's the truth. Like, let's see if we're gonna do it. I don't know. I
I
mean,
don't
it's
believe
starting.
you.
It's it looks like it's starting, but I think it's still the time because I'm hearing like spikes are going up. I don't know. You got any information on that? Like if
On
spikes are going
what?
back up on cases again, like COVID cases going up and shit.
I heard that there's a spike going up in my state, in New Mexico. And I also read that Florida had a big spike. But that's also with people that aren't vaccinated. I haven't heard of any vaccinated spikes go up.
Yeah, it's true. Like Florida, definitely. Especially after WrestleMania. Especially after because they finally had a crowd, and it's supposed to not like be packed. It was supposed to be social distance, but there was still like a whole bunch of people around the ring, and then the camera will focus on like on the commentator table, and right behind the commentators were people without masks, and you're like, yeah, that's not right, but whatever.
Yeah.
Floridians, right?
Fucking people in Florida.
Shit. Dro said, Naz, at least you'll have Black Widow in theaters to look forward to if you do plan on going to the theater again. I do have it, and we was talking about this earlier, Dro. You weren't here, and shame on you for not being here. But I did discuss on it that I will watch it at home, but we'll see because I am going to theater April 30th to see the 10th anniversary of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Seeing how that experience is we'll decide whether we want to go to theaters or not to see it. But again, we have our own little like movie theater experience where the big projector and all that shit. So that's
I
cool shit.
seen it. I seen
Yeah,
your little setup. It's nifty.
nifty. That's why I was looking at the fucking theater seat. I was like, I wish. Oh man, I wish. That'll be fucking grand.
Well,
But you
tell
know what?
people where they can find us.
Yeah, yeah, I was about to just segue right into that. But you know what else would be grand? If you keep following us. Hey man, you keep following us on Twitter at Real Machine Room, YouTube Real Machine Room as well, where you can watch these rebroadcasted. Always there. You can watch it on the go, especially if you have like YouTube Plus or whatever the fuck the subscription shit called. But you can find us on any kind of platform of podcasting. And the easiest ways to find any of those or everything is just go to the machineroompodcast.com, right? Correct?
Yep.
Yep, machineroompodcast.com, and you can find everything about us there. We love and appreciate that you listen in. Of course, you're free to freaking hit us up all the time. Add us on Real Machine Room or on our individual Twitter. My Twitter is Nastradamus, Naztradamix, and Rachel's Twitter is Hammer of Venus. I believe that's easier for you to figure out than me
It's
putting
very
out.
easy. People find
Very
me all
easy.
the time.
Exactly. So there you go. You can always hit us up. Anything you want us to discuss and talk about, or if we're geeking out there and you want to freaking interact with us while we geek out, because we're geeking out all the time, especially me. I'm always geeking the fuck out.
Hmm.
So I'm on Twitter there all the time. And we thank you for being here, being part of the show. Thank you to those who are here in the chat room. D Player, Spend Dog, Just Plain Dro. Did I miss anybody else? Nope, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for being here. And thank you, Rachel, for joining me once again. It's always a pleasure doing these shows with you. And you guys fucking rock. Today was dope as shit. And enjoy the week, man. It's crazy out there. Appreciate life. Be safe. And go get vaccinated, man, so we could try to change these things. It kind of felt good after doing it. You're like you felt like you're doing your part.
I
Um,
think be- the fact that people aren't dropping dead from the vaccine, that I'm going to get vaccinated.
yeah, yeah, it's proven. Like my mom is fully vaccinated. She got both her shots, so she's
Oh,
all good.
nice.
Yeah, and she's been good. So it shows that they're not putting chips in us because these phones here are already doing that.
Yep. Very easily.
Did you know that? They listen to this whole conversation right now. The fucking thing. It's all the fucking technology they got from the Allspark, you
It
know?
is. Thank you, Megatron. We love you.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you and good night. All right, I wasn't sure if I played the outro or the intro, but it's the outro. We're good. We're good, ladies and gentlemen. Catch you next time.